What's up, fam? I am back. I'm just going to be looking over what I did this morning, seeing what happened. I had to step away for a minute, but I'm back. So, ooh, this was ugly. All right, so since I've been gone, let me see here. So I had picked this little, I had put these two little blue lines here because I was under the impression that this may work out. I did see this back here, but I didn't think it was going to hold. But this back here is an immediate retest, basically letting us know this could get blown through. And it did. It got respected at first twice and went up, but then they came down another 15 pips or so, look like. And now they're turning back up. So looks like, and then they're making a new level here, and this is all uptrend. So looks like they just went to grab some stop losses, of course, as they typically do, and now they're back here to take it back up. As you can see, I'm in drawdown. I did add a new position to try to balance this thing out. So I think I got in like right around here somewhere when I saw it break out from here. And then it balanced it out and averaged out wherever I was up here with where I got in, and it gave me this 109.15 price. All right, so I'm still looking at uptrend here. Give me 1 second. All right. And let me see here. All right, so we might have a pullback here. If we do, oh man, that thing looks like it could either come here or here. These are the only two areas that I see. Hopefully it stops here. Really, I'm hoping that it turns while it's inside of this range here, because it looks like it stopped again. So they had some trouble here taking it long. And now that the buyers are in control, maybe they can add enough orders in here to defeat these sellers that are in this area. And so looking at this here. Hey, what's up, Akil, Kai? And I know that's Andre. Hey, good to have you guys on, man. Yeah, so I'm just kind of reviewing the scalp session I had earlier this morning at 5. I was going to stay on until 9, but I ended up having to get off around 7. So I'm just jumping back on now just to kind of review things. We had suggested getting in along once it got to this area. We did that. And but as you can see, it went against us. But I did tell everyone, kind of watch out for the possibility of this. If not, my next level wasn't until way down here. But we can see it's already turning based off of this pivot here and off of this support level all the way across. There's probably some support further back, but I'm on a 3 minute, so I don't want to do all that. But just looking at it right here, I see some support that it's reacting off of. This looks like an uptrend breakout opportunity, and I'm hoping that's exactly what happens here because of the way it's being formed. and it just looks like it's creating more upward movement and pressure. So I'm expecting a breakout. So I got in with another add-on somewhere in between here and here. I jumped in on this candle, and as it was going up, and that's what balanced out my entry here. So between the drawdown I was in and the new one, it balanced me out at 109.15. But I would do a market order long here because this is the area we were trying to go long at anyway. They went below this by 15 pips. Is it 15 pips? Really not even that. This is 08 and 5, about 13 pips below before actually turning in the area that we were thinking of going. Mamburaku Kadi. Man, I brutalized that name, I'm sure. I'm going to just be like Muba. We're going to do it that way. Muba says, how do I know that it's time to buy or sell? I am new. That is one of the hardest questions to answer, especially if you're new. If it were that easy, we'd all be trading. You have to learn, number one, how to find the trend. You don't jump in and buy or sell until you know which direction things are going. I'm going to give you a simple answer, but it's going to take you to be educated to understand this answer. But you have to be able to find the top and the bottom first. If you can identify the very last top and the very last bottom, which we call pivot highs and pivot lows, we call them pivots because a pivot is a turning point. So wherever you see a turning point, that's where the trend is changing. So here you have a lot of buyers buying. You have more green candles than you have red. And then it gets to a point where the buyers no longer have any strength. And so sellers start coming into the picture right around this price, 109.28. When the sellers come in, you see more red candles than you do green, and the price starts going down. Since I can see that this is the last time it went, this is the lowest point that it went down and the highest point that it went up based on this time frame. So these two high points are going to be different based on whatever time frame chart you're on. But once I know which one these are, then all I have to do is be able to identify, well, then which way is it going? It already went down. It's going up. So if it's going up, where is it going? Most likely to the other side. You want to look at trading like playing tennis. The ball has to go back and forth in order for the game to be played. If the ball doesn't go back and forth, then you won't be able to make any money. So the ball going back and forth is what we call price action. So this price over here is reflected by these candles. And so these candles, as they move and go up, as buyers start buying, the price over here goes up. As buyers or sellers jump in and start selling, the price starts going down. So right now it's going up. So we can anticipate at least up to 75% it should go up to, and we should be able to make some money. 75% of what? Of the entire move, of the last trend. This last trend that went down, if it's going back up, we want to at least capture about 75%. 75% will be somewhere in here. Here's the 75% fib, 85% fib. As soon as you get above this, you want to start thinking about the possibility of them shorting. Now, I gave you that answer, but I'm giving you that answer on a 3-minute chart. That answer, and you don't know this, but that answer may not work out if the higher time frame shows something different. So if I'm looking on a bigger time frame and it shows that it's going down, then that means that this thing going up is temporary and it's actually going to short. It may not even make it up here. So that's why I said the question is difficult to answer. I gave you the simple answer. Once you identify trend, all you're trying to do is go the opposite direction. Once you see it turning, you want to wait for it to go the opposite direction of the last trend that it was in. Once you get confirmation that it's going in the opposite direction, you want to jump in on a buy and you want to ride that up at least up to 75% of the way. When it gets up there, if you see it turning and starting to short after it gets above 75%, if you can verify that it's shorting, you want to jump in on a sale and keep shorting that all the way down to at least 25% or below. And you just keep doing that back and forth until you master it. And that's the answer on how do you know when it's time to buy and sell in short. But if you want to know how to actually do it yourself and learn, we do have programs and stuff. So if you just go to our Telegram group chat, ask any question that you have, and if you're interested in mentorship, or if you want to become an actual trader, professional trader, maybe you want to be part of the team, we can get you wherever it is you want to go. I've been doing it for 25 years, so it's up to you. But that's the short answer. Great question. I appreciate you. I'm here every Tuesday. Some of the team members are actually on here as well. So sometimes when you ask your question, they may be the ones jumping in and answering the question for me. But I just want you to know you guys are in good hands if you decide to come this route and join us in learning how to actually capture all these great opportunities here in the market. And we do it together. We don't do it alone. So that's another great thing. We're not, here to try to get rich off of you. Of course, we don't need to. We all know how to trade already. But we're here to teach you, and we don't want to see you out there by yourself. That's how most people lose money, is because they don't have a team working with them to help them along. They don't have anybody they can ask questions about. And so that's why I'm here. So if you guys have anything you want me to chart, I don't care if it's a stock, it could be a crypto, it could be a commodity from futures, or it could be Forex. If you want me to look at something, I'll take a look at it. Right now, I'm just kind of going through my trade that I was in earlier. And this is part 2 of that, because I want to give this opportunity to the TradingView family every Tuesday when we come on here in the mornings. All right. If anybody doesn't have any questions, I'm just going to keep looking here. Hey, you are welcome. Thank you. I've learned a lot from you, bro. Oh, not a problem. That's great to hear, man. That's why we're here, just so you can learn. Not so you can lose, but so you can learn. All right, we're getting a pullback right now. So if we do, it's going to be either here or here. Let me see if this pullback is more than this. Here's a great example. Mubarak. So you see this? I just measured this here. So I can kind of see they're starting to turn. So this is a pivot. Where did that come from? It came from this pivot here. If this thing moves more below the 75% mark, if it starts going down below this, then I'm going to start thinking that it's possible that it could keep going down, and then it needs to go below this 25%. So then I can at least make money from here to here. And we call this middle part between 75 and 25, we call that the curve. And the reason why we call it curve is because, the price is going around from one pivot around to the other pivot. And we get that from this shape here. See, it says curve. So it's not something I made up. It's not because I'm smart. It's because somebody taught me, just like we want to teach you guys. But this is curve here. And if I put this on the halfway mark right here, you can kind of see it just has like this little curve shape. And so what we were talking about is anything above this, you want to be selling between this high point and this cross right here where the 75% mark starts. You want to think about selling. And if price action, this price over here, if it drops right now, it's above that. So we want to consider selling. Okay. In a perfect world. If that price drops below the 75%, we're going to keep selling. And then if it gets down in here, we want to take profit somewhere right here, because it's possible it could start buying again when it gets below this part of the curve. So everything in the middle is called curve. And we always tell people you don't want to get in when it's in the middle. You do not want to fiddle in the middle. We tell people that you want to either get in and sell up here or get in and buy down here. You do not want to jump in the middle of two pivots. If you're in the center of two pivots, you're going to get something handed to you. That's all I can say. You're going to get raped, because they're going to bounce back and forth. And if you have a too big of a position size, you're going to lose your account. So this is a good opportunity for me to have shown you what I mean by curve and how to get in to buy and sell. So hopefully this right here, this is an uptrend formation. Hopefully this holds. If it does, we're good. If it does not, then let me see if there's something down here. I don't know why I keep looking at this, because this doesn't look like mid pivot. Hold on. Yeah, it's not. So this is the 66. And this is support right at 33. This could work as well. So let me investigate. Thomas Hume Capital. He says, sorry, I'm new. Do you trade Dow Jones day trading? Best regards from Dubai. Hello, 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 Tom. I trade anything. It doesn't matter what it is. But yeah, I know what the Dow Jones is. Do I day trade? Absolutely. I do swing trading, long-term trading, scalping, day trading. It doesn't matter. I do whatever the chart allows me to. I don't limit myself to one thing. All right. So if the chart tells me it's only going to go as far as, a short distance, then yeah, I'll do a day trade or a scalp. But if I see that the trend is just now beginning and it's going to go a long way, I'm going to hold it. So it just kind of depends. But yes, I can look at Dow Jones. Is there an indicator to show the institutional buys and shorts? Yeah, we have one. So there is no one that I know of other than order books. You can get those from your broker. You got to pay for that most of the time. If they give you the free version, that's trash. Don't take that. But the problem with order books is an institution could put a whole lot of pending orders at, let's say, this price 109.08, and then you got 1 minute left before the next candle is created. And during this 1 minute, they could remove all of those orders. And you would have already placed your order to buy because you saw in the order books there's a lot of buy institutional orders. So what we have is I've programmed. Let me see if I have it on here. That's one of the things we do here as well. I wanted to show you guys. Because I know some of you guys want to trade on your own, and you should. You shouldn't wait on me because I might die tomorrow. Then what you going to do? You got to learn how to trade on your own. I might be busy. I might go on vacation for 2 weeks. What you going to do? Wait for me to put a trade in before you put a trade in? You got to learn how to do this on your own. You shouldn't be waiting on anybody. But I have pre-programmed volume analysis by some person named Goof Goose. I like what they did here with this, but you have to know how to program this. So if I go in here and I have this thing programmed to our settings, I have to keep that private only because we have people who subscribe to us in order to get access to these indicators and the settings that we have. So yes, there is a way to do that. Now that I've turned it on, you can see here, some of my candles are blue and others may show some type of light red or a white candle. White means indecision. Bulls and bears are fighting. Here's buy candle again. See how it took off and more buyers came in, kept going. And we can look at this in real time. Let's see here. And actually, let me turn this on. All right, cool. So P2P is an indicator that me and the team have put together. These are all of our specs, everything we've learned over the past. We probably have a total of, 40-something years of experience collectively. It's probably about 6, 7 of us now on the team. But we just plugged in everything we knew all over the years into this thing. One of the guys on the team actually knows how to code. And so we got all of our knowledge in this one little thing here. Actually, in 2 of them. But I'm going to go ahead and remove. And you do not use these indicators to trade. You use them as odds enhancers. And we'll show you how to do that. But you use it as an odds enhancer to verify whether or not what you're doing is correct. If you're trading off of indicators only, that is bad. That is very bad. Indicators are things that are offered on a broker's website, and if at any moment they cannot offer that particular indicator. What do you do if you only learned how to trade based on one indicator? You're going to be stuck. Whereas me and the team, we know how to read candles, whether there's an indicator on here or not. I can tell you where this market is going, and I can tell you where this trade is going, just because I know how to read the candle. So you want to be able to do that. So right here, this looks like a possibility for an uptrend. They're creating some supply here. That's why the indicator that we created here, starting to highlight it red here. But I already added another position here. So I have 2 standard lot positions going. I'm just going to hold both of them, even if it comes down here. And I'm hoping it doesn't, but yeah, this thing is staying to sell because it's breaking this anchor here. Let me see if the anchor is actually here, though. It looks like the anchor should be here and not there. I do like this area, though. This 2 minute looks really nice. Hey, Casey. Kristen said, "Please don't die." Hey, I don't think it's in my in God's plans just yet, but you know, what you guys are gonna find is I will not hold back. I'm a realist, and I will speak the truth so that you guys can win. That's all I care about. I just want you guys to win, but you can't win if you're sold this fantasy of get rich quick and nothing's ever gonna go wrong, or you believing that because you see a lot of my trades working out that they all work out. That's fantasy. Don't believe people when they start doing that, or people who call out dates and times or whatever. Oh, it's gonna go up here tomorrow. It's like you don't know what's going on tomorrow at all. You can gauge where it's going, but you can't gauge when it's gonna get there. Nobody's in control of when the institutions are gonna actually put their orders in. No one knows that information, other than the people that's putting orders in. That's it. All we can do is see where supply and demand or support and resistance are, and then make our decisions off of that. That's all we can do. And we do it off of historical data. And so that's why I'm looking back here. You can see on the 1 minute. Remember I told you guys I saw something down. I think I was pointing more in this area, but you can already see it is here and it is at the bottom. So they could come down here. Here you go, Kristen. Already it's starting to turn blue here. Some buyers are kicking in this area where I would like to see it go up, but it's not the strongest area. So we'll see what's in here. It is decent though. Look how I back up. That is support, but it is what I call a minor support level. And the reason why I call it minor support is because I'd rather see support down here at the pivot rather than in the middle. It's in the middle of this pivot high and this pivot low. These are the 2 most important points from here to here. And right now, this thing is in the center. So this is a support level that could work out and keep us going to the upside. And I'd be happy if it does that. But I also need to be aware that it could come down here. I'm seeing, hold on, let me see here. Make this blue. And we're going to see if this thing pops up somewhere on a different time frame. There's nothing in there. What about the 3 minute? There we go. There's a zone right there. Let's see if it highlights it. Nope. So let's try 4 minute. Nothing there. There's nothing on the 6. Nothing on the 9. Oh, well, we do have buyers here. So this is where I'm anticipating it could go long from. And look, we can see institutions started putting orders in at 108.85. So that's a possibility. And you can see here on the 12-minute, the reason why they turned here, and this was a good area of support, is because this is, again, where the institutions last started buying. Buyers are strong here. So if a seller tries to come down, they got to deal with all these buyers. It's going to be kind of tough. And that's probably why this thing took off so hard. So now I'm just trying to see if it's going to continue the uptrend. But as of right now, I don't see that. I still see it coming down a little more. I like this. That's really nice. That's a hammer. Let's see if it highlights that. Yes! There we go. So here's our hope. Even back here, all of this whole cluster here, this is all support. This is a nice support area on the 15-minute. So you see how I could read this with my eyes, and then I'm using the indicator to verify it. I'm going the opposite way. Most people that you see trade, they put an indicator on first, and they let the indicator do all the work to finding something. But indicators are just averaging out some numbers. That's all they're doing. It's just calculating some averages, and it's giving you an idea. You got to know how to read this for yourself. Let me see if there's a pivot here, because if it is, we're gonna. Yeah, this is probably gonna keep shorting. Target. Let me see if a pivot pops up in here or here. If it does, we need to define where the breakout point is to know if this is going to keep going down. Ooh, this is nice. They created new demand, so it's possible they can keep going up from here. This is also an uptrend formation here. We call this an uptrend wick over wick. That's what this is here. This is why it's starting to respond. That's good. So it's playing in the area that I chose earlier this morning. This is the area that I thought was strong to keep an uptrend. But as you can see, it went slightly below that to probably stop some people out. It only went down about 10 pips or so. And now it's back in this area. But I'm trying to see if it's going to hold or if it's going to stop here. This is really, really nice. And this is really nice. Both of these. This is the one I was telling you guys earlier. I thought it would come all the way down to the bottom if it did short. So let me see if I can find, and I'll get to you guys' questions in just a second. But I want to see if I can get a sniper entry on this thing for you guys. It's probably going to be this one here. Let me see. That there. If not, then it'll be this upper one. But I'm thinking lower one because this looks more like an immediate retest, and this looks like the actual zone. Just trying to see which one is going to say pivot low first. And then I'll be able to determine where the breakout might take place. That ain't it. 6-minute chart. Wow, they hiding this zone. Casey said, do you just trade Forex? Oh, no. Stocks, futures, crypto, it doesn't matter. So, like I said, anything you guys want me to chart, I'll do it. I'm just charting what I want to chart because nobody's asked me to chart anything. So, I'm just doing me. So, if you guys have a question about anything, I can chart it. We can do it live. That's why I'm on here. And my team can chart anything. So, oh. There's a level here. Oh, this is still downtrend though. That's demand, but that's a weak demand level. So did the indicator pull it up? Yeah, it did. So you guys see how the indicator pulled this up? But because I know how to trade, that's great that it pulled this up. But I know that this is a temporary demand level. This is a weak one. even though it highlighted it. So you guys can subscribe to our indicator all day long. It won't matter. You got to still learn how to read the charts and trade, because it's going to pull up every little thing. That doesn't mean everything is correct. It just means that that's correct. But how you go about trading this, you need to know, do I use this to get in here and then let's say TP? So if I saw this formation here, even though it highlighted, I would use this as an area to get out of my trade, not as an area to get in the trade to go long, because I don't like the way this formation was formed. And there's a reason for it. It's the way this leg is in. And this candle, the red one and the green one, are perfect, but it's this one back here that has this extended tail that lets me know that it's possibility of a downtrend that could happen if price action gets into this area. Unless they stop right here. If they stop slightly above it, they can do that, and then they can take off. Other than that, if they go into this, they're going to keep going down. I still don't have a pivot. My. Oh, that is clean. I like that. All right, so we got our pivot here. And if we got our pivot here, then that means we put this here. So, oof. Yeah, I don't like this. So this right here, because it closed meaning it colored it in, it closed below this here. There's a possibility that it can come all the way back down here and even go lower, maybe to one of these levels here. So let's see how this thing holds up here. This is the same one I told y'all earlier. I don't think it's gonna hold, but I just hope it will. But in the trading world, hope doesn't work. You better know what you're doing. All right, let me find, while I'm waiting on this to work itself out. As of right now, we're still in an uptrend though. So if I were to do this, let me show you the range that they're in. Here's their range currently. All right, let's get rid of these blue lines. I dealt with that this morning. Here's our range. What I'm looking at right now is which way within the range is it going to break out. So if it closes above 109.11 first, then I'm going to anticipate, it's not a guarantee, but I'm going to anticipate an uptrend. Okay. If it goes below and closes here, then I'm going to anticipate a downtrend if it closes below this first. So we'll see what happens. Let me make sure I have my All right, I got my 2 horizontal alerts on. Great. Clear the rest of those out. All right, so now we're just waiting for that. If anybody has anything they want me to chart, go ahead and post it now, because I'm just waiting for this thing to tell me which way is going to break out before we put an order in and look at something. While you guys come up with something, I'll look at my Bitcoin trade, see how that's doing. I think we were on the 4-day chart with this one. Oh, good. It is up. It's still going up. Cool. All right. So for those of you that trade crypto, why is that there? Again, last week, we put in, this thing was going sideways. And so there was no way to truly determine what it was going to do. But I did anticipate it was going to go long. So I put this buy limit order here, but I also put a buy stop order. And I'm anticipating it going as high as 37,400 because we have this level up here. I think I have it saved here. Bitcoin. Yep. There it is. Let's do this. All right. Bam. All right. So when we check out from pivot to pivot, when we go pivot to pivot here, meaning from this pivot up here down to the bottom pivot here, we can see that price action is turning and it's heading back to mid pivot, meaning the midpoint of both of those pivots. When it gets to there, that's when I am anticipating Bitcoin is going to go back to shorting right around 37,400. So I'm just taking advantage of that move to the upside. This also means that any of you guys that trade crypto and you're trading altcoins, they should also be going up following suit with Bitcoin. So take advantage. This is going to be one of the last times that you guys are going to be able to capitalize going long. If you don't know how to short or short sale or go short, whatever your phrase is for selling, if you don't have leverage to be able to do that, it's going to be a while before you're going to be able to buy Bitcoin again. And this is one of these few moments. It's like a last, kind of like a last bull run, big bull run. And I'm anticipating, you heard it here first. You may not like what I'm about to say, but I'm anticipating price action coming all the way down on Bitcoin to as low as about, let's say, 7,500. When it gets to about 7,500, that's when it's time to buy Bitcoin again. Unless it does a big turn like this, it hasn't. Look, there's nothing over here. This is all noise. There is no demand in here to stop this thing from coming down when it comes down. The only thing that can stop it is this level here. This right here. This is a hammer. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This was already wicked into, but they still have this right here, meaning they could go along from right here, that red candle there, between those two blue lines. They can come down, hit this, and they can go back up again. But how high they go up is going to be dependent on what type of supply levels or resistance levels they create on the way down. So we still don't know how high they're going to go when they get here. They could also pull back from here. We don't know how high until we have more information. But I can tell you they're going to get to these levels here, and they're going to struggle, but they're eventually going to break through because none of these levels are strong enough to turn Bitcoin to a complete uptrend again. These levels are absolutely too small, and there's not enough buying pressure in them to do that. So there's no volume. It's going to go down more. And it has to because of the new AI world we're coming into. That's what all this is doing. It's just preparing to crash everything else so we can move into this new world they're trying to establish, which is going to be wild. That's going to be wild. Casey says riot. All right. So any questions on crypto? Any questions on crypto? What else we got here? Mm-mm-mm. Oh, I thought you meant riot as in joke. You want to look at it. Gotcha. Which one do you want to look at? You want to look at this first one on the NASDAQ? So you have a long entry at $10.60 with a stop loss at $2.91. All right, let's do it. $10.60. All right, so that means you're inside of this candle here. 1060, that's where you got in at. Wow, that was a good breakout level. That was perfect. Pin perfect. This is already in an uptrend, I can tell, because this right here is the candlestick in charge for the uptrend and the turn. It looks just like Bitcoin almost, pretty much. Has that same type of shape. But if this was the lowest point from the turn, and this is where that turn came from, this was the uptrend breakout right here. Uptrend breakout right here. That was a good entry. That was excellent. I'd have to applaud you for that one. Trust me, I don't applaud too many people. Most people are wrong. But this was great. So this is the uptrend breakout point. It broke anchor. You did a great job of catching that breakout point. When price action pulls back, and it will, it's going to pull back to this point. You have your stop loss at 291. You don't need your stop loss way down there. Or at 767. Yeah, let's the 767 will work. There's a level here that they could come to, and there's a level here. So let me do it now. We have this, and we have this level here. There's nothing else. Anything else would just be down. The problem, though, with it coming to here is it already broke out. In order to break out from all of these sellers, there was a lot of sellers right here in this area. They took over. All this selling pressure had to be violated. And the only way to violate all these institutional sell orders, institutions have to come in and now buy. So there's a lot of buying pressure in here, which is why I don't believe it's going to come down here, because they had to add a whole lot of orders to do this explosive move here. So why would they violate their own new buy orders or buy positions to come way down here? Wouldn't make sense. So the lowest point I actually see, for real, would be this here. And the lowest will be 876. So that's why I said your stop loss is 767. Is great. 291, way too low. I wouldn't give up that kind of money. Way too low. Price target 1640. 2-to-1 win ratio. All right. So let me see something here. Yeah, that is it. That is it. All right, so here we go. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna map out the curve on here. Pivot identifier chart. Great. All right. Maybe this is too high for this. So I want to deal with this shaded area here in the front. All right, so it's breaking out to the downside. We'll come back to here in just a second. Let me check out the euro dollar real quick. as of right now, if I had to give you my opinion, I would tell you that this right here is a very strong level of resistance. This is major resistance here. What time frame is this? This is also the 2-day. Something's up with this 2-day. It's a pretty big time frame. So I'd get out before 2030. You can make it an even 20 if you wanted it. But I'll find out in just a second. Give me a minute. Let's do this. Actually, let me close this. I don't want this. Use this instead. And we'll do 26. And 2. So what I'm doing is I'm telling the indicator the pivots I want it to pick. I'm not asking it to choose at all. And then I'm going to lay this right on top of here because I'm trying to see if this is going to pop up as something. And see how it did? Notice how the indicator is highlighting this? Way before I put the indicator on there, I already knew that that was important. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to trading. Don't depend on indicators. Use them to validate what you already know. Learn how to use them in your favor. You don't look at a hammer and wait for it to tell you where to nail it, right? No. You use the hammer when it's time for the hammer to be used. You use it like a tool. You tell the tool when to get to work. You don't tell, tools are not supposed to tell people when to work. So use indicators as a tool. You need to learn how to chart first. But notice how I was stuck on this area. I put my indicator on and it highlighted it for me to verify that what I'm saying is correct. That's what I'm saying. So since I now can see that I'm correct, my TP in this trade would be, let's go for 20. And let's actually find a few of them. Let's do, because here's another area of concern right here. So we'll do 14 and 20. We'll do 2 of them. Because here's another area that you're going to probably have a hiccup in. And I'll put right here a minor resistance level on the same 2-day chart. Again, these hourglasses is just saying, hey, it's pending. Price action hasn't gotten up there yet. And when it does get up here, expect it to pull back to the downside or completely turn around and short. So I always put minor and major so that you know if it's going to just pull back, which is here, or if it's going to turn. So I'm anticipating price is going to turn when it gets here. You do not want to be buying once it gets up in this area. You want to be thinking differently. So here is your first TP, 14. You want to shave. Wow, Casey, you got in today? Man, you got blessed. That's dope. Because you made all this just today. That's dope. Good stuff. So I would shave 50% of my position at 14, hold the rest of it, and then if it breaks past this, if it gets to, let's say, this area here, what number is that? 1550, you can do a buy stop order. And we got this from the 2-day as well. Everything's on the 2-day chart today. And this will be a buy stop, sorry. Whoa, what happened? Oh, I guess it's messed up. Okay. Save as BS. Here we go. All right. So 1550 would be the other one that I would consider going long at. And that's based on this formation back here above this minor resistance level here. So here's what I'm saying. Casey, you already got in. You broke out with a buy limit order. Be prepared. It is possible it could pull back to that same level if something ends up being stronger resistance than what I'm pointing at here. So if there's nothing in here strong enough to pull it down, which I don't believe, because it's already getting up in here and there's nothing here. So it should continue. It might trickle a little bit, but it should push up there and get to your TP2 without pulling back to you. But keep in mind, it can come back to you and it could even come back here. So keep your stop loss here, down here, until you hit your TP2. That's what I would say, unless you just want to the other option you have would be to put a stop loss here. If you got in at 1060, move your stop loss to a manual trailing stop. Move it to like 11. So that if it does pull back, you make money when it hits the price 11. And if it keeps going down and it turns down here, you can jump back in at a lower price than 1060. You could jump in at 975 and then take it long to TP2. It just depends on which direction the institutions want to take it. They may go down before they go up, or they may go straight up. So this is what I was saying when I said don't fiddle in the middle. This is the middle. None of you on this call right now should be jumping in on this trade to go long, because I cannot tell you if it's going to go straight up or if it's going to go down before it goes up. You missed the opportunity for the breakout. Casey caught it. It's over. The only thing you can do, anybody on this call, is put a buy order at 1050 or put a buy order at 975. Those two, and then just wait for it to go back up. That's all you can do, because it already took off. You don't chase price. Don't ever chase price. You can lose a lot of your money if you chase price. Don't do that. You got to know how to catch it before it takes off. So if you do want to get in on this trade, for those of you who are not in, you can get in at 1050. You can also put an order at 975 in case the 1050 doesn't hold. But once it gets to this TP2 and hits this and it pulls back because of this resistance level here, and then it hits whatever it needs to hit to turn around and go back up. Once it goes back up and it violates this level and it goes into here, I'm anticipating hitting that and continuing that uptrend. This should be just a pullback. That's why I said minor. This shouldn't make it turn completely. All right, so that's what I see. Good job. See, that's what I like. I like groups like this. You know, you give me some work. Give me something to look at, some challenges. This was good. Let me go ahead and I'll publish this here. What was that? 975. All right, Casey was at 1060. Great job. Got in on a buy. Perfect. We're going to put uptrend there, and then we're going to lock that in. And what we're going to do is save this here. I'm going to save this chart, and we're going to come back and look at it the next time I'm on, and we're going to see if anything did what I said. Okay? This is how, if you guys are following people out there, make sure they prove themselves. If they're going to say something, proof is in the pudding. So I just labeled all of this stuff. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to see if it comes back here first or if it goes straight there. We're going to see if it goes way up here and how it handles when it gets up here. And we'll just follow along over the course of time. It's going to probably take a while, because look, just to get from here to where we are now, this is January, this is April. It took 4 months just to get here. So it's going to be a little minute before it gets up here, but we can keep monitoring it to see how well it's faring. And maybe it'll pull back for us a little bit. Casey's not going to like us if it pulls back, but if it does pull back, it'll give us an opportunity to jump in with him and go up. But we'll monitor it. And if I see an opportunity to jump in on a long earlier than these two down here, then we'll take it. But as of right now, let me put those on there too so I don't forget. Oh, look. It highlighted it. Remember I had that. Look, I just took my line away. There was my blue line right there. And now that I remove my blue line, see how the indicator highlighted that? So it could come down here. It didn't highlight this one, so this may not. Oh, yeah, that's downtrend back here. I didn't see this. Yeah, this is downtrend. And then this is down. That's down. And then this is not going to hold. All right. So it was either Casey's entry. You can take your chances with this, but the only thing I see is here. So now that I see it's only this, I don't think it's going to come down here. This is too far. This is way too far, in my opinion. I think it needs to continue the up move. And if it does come down, it probably won't come down more than this here. But what we're going to do is not guess. We're going to follow the rules. And the rules say, put an order in down there at 7. Let's see what 7 point. The top of that. So Casey, it can come down into this area that begins. There's a demand level here that begins. Let me get rid of this lower one so you guys don't get confused. Bam. Then we'll put a buy stop order at 1550. Man, the gap on here is the range. I mean, is so wide. The fact that we have no other place to get in safely means that this range is really wide. All right, so everybody on the call, this is Casey's level where he got in at, and right. Oops. How about I get rid of this? So we'll take that away. We'll get rid of this here. I'm just cleaning up my chart. I got OCD, and when it comes to things looking perfect, so I apologize. But it's got to be right. All right, so let's do this. All right, perfect. So I'm going to lock this in here just so we know, Casey was on the call with us when we found this, and he nailed this one here. I do see uptrend breakout. The perfect price was at 1050. Casey got in at 1060. That is perfect. Already up. Great. First TP should be 14. Oop. I put this in backwards. See how I put TP1 and TP2? It needs to be flipped. So let me fix that. So this should say 14 and this should say 20. There we go. Bam. There we go. So we're going to shave 50% off at 14. Hold it. Hold the rest of it. Add that, what we shaved, back on again at 1550. And you can put a second buy position here. So you'll be holding, Casey would be holding half a position here once it TPs, and then adding it back and then taking both of those up to TP2 and closing both of them out up here. If it pulls back, Casey, if I were you, I would put a stop loss at 11. I wouldn't lose anything. There's no reason to lose anything. Put a stop loss at 11. And then if it hits that, you make money. You don't make what you want, but you make some money. And then if it comes way down to here, you can jump back in at 727. But I would hate to see you give up all that money because you got out at 767. But then you got to pay a price for that. So I wouldn't do that. And let me go down and see if I can find something even higher so you can make more money than that. Let's see. There's got to be oh, here it is, a gap right here. There's a gap up right here. See, that's why I said your entry was perfect. We already got a gap up. And look, I just said 11. It says 1099. So we have this here. You can even do this wick right here, 1080 if you want. You'll still make some money if you did 1080. But I don't suggest going negative. There's no reason when you're already positive. So it's kind of silly to give money to the market when you can just hit your stop loss positively, make money, and if it goes against you, jump in, lower and make all that money back again. You get a second chance at making a lot more money. So I would do that. And as you can see, we went down through a lower time frame. It highlighted more. See how you'd be getting in just before there's some demand here or demand here. And you just get in here and you hold it. It's going to go negative for a little bit and probably play around to maybe one of these lower levels. It might play around in between this candle here on the 1 day before going up, but you just hold it until it takes off again. But this is a novice gap. So that means novices jumped in here anticipating what you anticipated and it worked out for them. So that's because this is uptrend too. All right. Any questions on Riot? That was good. I like it. And you guys can see it's matching kind of the other uptrends that we're seeing as well. All right, let me go ahead and save this, and then I'll give you guys access to this here. We're going to save it. We're going to publish it. All right, so we're going to do Riot. We've already mapped it out, and our analysis is an uptrend based on the 2-day chart. We're going long. We verified support and resistance. We look at some supply and demand. We didn't really look at multiple time frames. We just pretty much saw it on the 2-day. So I'm gonna go with we analyzed some candles, and that's pretty much it. You guys will notice when I'm in here, I don't pretty much do anything else but trend analysis. All these harmonic patterns and chart patterns and technical indicators. These things are not stable. If you got to use all of these as helpful guides, but this right here, this is real world stuff. Everything under trend analysis, this is real world stuff. If you're gonna look at a chart, master all of this. If you were to ask me what to master this. Master identifying support and resistance, supply and demand, pivot points, fibs, trend lines, all of this. What season is it? Things change during season. Fractals are just pivot points again, kind of. And then what's the cycle of what it is that you're going to learn this stuff, master this, and you'll be excellent. All this other stuff is garbage, in my opinion. Let me say that. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Some people are soft. They can't hear the truth, but I don't care. All I care about is the truth. My life has never gone well because of how somebody felt. It always went well because I did the right thing at the right time. So if you guys really want to learn how to trade, learn how to master the real stuff, not the fluffy stuff out there that everybody wants to buy or sell people. All right, so we got Riot. We're going to do this. 727 is our buy limit order, and 1550 buy limit order. at 727. And our buy stop order is at 1550. Our TP1 on this one is at 14. And our TP2 is at, what do we say, 20? And this right here, we're going to shave. Let me put some lower letters in here before the sensitive AI tells me I can't type with all caps. We're going to shave 50%, and then right here, we're going to close the trade. All right. And then I'll let you know where the resistance minor is. Price is this 1423 and then 2031. 1423. And then 2031. And this one was the major one. All right. And then I'll put them right where they are according to price. So right here, resistance minor would be there. And major resistance would be up there. All right. There we go. So anybody interested here, if you want to get in a buy limit order or a buy stop order, here's where I would get in. I would TP at 14 and shave. If you're already in, you can shave at 50% here because there's going to be a minor resistance level at 1423. So you want to take some money off the table before it gets here and pulls back on you. Once it pulls back and you're able to jump in at some level, if you can, then once you jump in, your next target should be 20. When you get there, you want to close your trade because there's a major resistance level at 2031. That's the whole point of how you read that. Going to go ahead and publish this. Casey, you are welcome. I thank you. You made our webinar great because you gave me something to challenge myself on. So I'm going to paste this in the group. If you guys follow me, you'll be able to see it on TradingView. If you don't follow me, there's the link. You can guys keep that picture for yourself. I just gave you a free trade. I do this every Tuesday. I just hand out free trades. But if you want to learn how to do this yourself, again, go to our chat group and we'll guide you and get you all set up on how to get to a professional, consistent level of trading and investing. And we can give you guys access to all these things here if that's what you want to learn how to do this on your own and have an indicator that actually indicates something real, not something, fake or whatever. Our indicator is indicating all that stuff you guys saw in trend analysis. It's you utilizing all of that. Fib tools, pivot points, everything I just read. That's what all of this is built on. And then it's customized. All the coordinates are in there customized so that it's accurate. And again, over 30-some years worth of experience together, actually 40. Our chief strategist, I think he's been trading for 15 years, and I got about 20. Wow. I got a lot of years. I got 26 years. Yeah, so I've been doing this for 26 years plus his 15. You're talking about 41 years combined. Plus the other members on our team. I think the longest trading person on the team, I think, is probably about 3 years. So they're not necessarily new either, because if you've been trading consistently for 3 years, that's pretty good. And I tell people all the time, anybody on my team can crush anybody else. I trust them that much. That's how good we are. So, and I'm not trying to pat ourselves on the back. What I'm saying is we're good at reading charts, And you got to know how to do that without the help of all this other stuff, or these people who have this one type of strategy only. Keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and you'll win. That's not how you trade. That's like getting in a car driving and saying, just keep driving like this over and over and over again and you'll get there. That's not how you drive. So things change. Things happen in the real world that affects this right here, and you got to be prepared for it. So we want to teach you how to do that. Excuse me. Man, we're already an hour in. I'll be having so much fun. I don't be realizing this time be going by quick. Valentine, how you doing? Just joined. Awesome. Glad you are here. Hope you learned something today. If you have any questions, I love questions. Just go ahead and throw them in the chat group. I'm here every Tuesday morning, 5 a.m. Pacific time, 8 a.m. Eastern. And I just kind of spend the day getting in and out of these webinars, just kind of looking at the market and giving you guys an opportunity to see this is real. And if you guys are interested in learning how to trade and invest, there are people out here who really know what they're doing. But if you just want to jump on here and have fun with me and watch what I'm doing and take a chance on putting in the trades I'm doing, that's fine. But when I don't want to do this no more and you don't know how to trade, you're going to be in trouble, because I get on here because I feel like it. I don't have to come on here. So I want to emphasize to you guys, don't get enamored by what I'm doing. Get serious about what you're going to do. That's what you need to be focused on. Are you just going to look at me and be like, wow, that guy's awesome? Or are you going to be awesome? That's what you got to decide. You got to take care of your own life. It's not my job to take care of you. It's your job to take care of you. And you shouldn't take care of yourself through another person. You should do it directly for yourself. That's my advice to you. I'm a hard speaker. I hope you guys can accept that. But it's a hard truth, because I want to see you win. You're not going to win if you're babysitting this and you're not taking this seriously. You're going to lose all your money. This is not gambling. This is not Vegas. This is serious. People eat, sleep, and breathe off of this. Institutions live off of this stuff. Casey said, do you look at Bitcoin? Yeah, I'm already in Bitcoin. Casey, let's go. Come on. See, I already got an order in. Already up $617. There we go. So I looked at this earlier. I'll just go over it one more time here. Well, not one more time, as many times you guys want me to. Here we go. So here we go here. So based on the 4-day, the 10-day, even on the 2-day, it kind of looks like you're right, because they're all in the same family. So if you look at it, it's going to have the same feel to it. But notice this doesn't have anything until you get way down at the bottom, which is that same level I was telling you guys about on right here. Long entry at 29,700. Very good. I got in at 29,759. So you beat me. You got a stop loss at 927. Is that correct? I think that's an error. Did you mean to say 2927? Because if you got a stop loss at 900, that's not good. That's way too far. 28,718 might be way too close. Let me see. If you got in at 29,700, you basically got in where I got in. I don't have a stop loss yet because there's nothing here. The only stop loss you should have if you got in at 29,700. Yeah, it just started right here. It started at, oh, that thing is off. Hold on. So 29,617 was the breakout. But we have this candle back here, this entire area. here to here, actually even from here, these two red candles here, these candles are in charge. And the reason why I'm saying they're in charge is because the sellers here, we're trying to sell, but these green candles back here, these buyers, and then these buyers here, they basically engulfed. If you look at from this green to this green, matter of fact, let me, for those of you who are new, you see that these sellers came into these two red candles. And so if I were to highlight the top of this green one here, and then the bottom of this green one here. So this would be what we call the proximal body, and this is the distal body of the candle. The reason why we call it that is because of where price is. Price action is currently above me up here. And so the closest proximity is this body here. So we call it proximal line because it's within the closest proximity in comparison to this and this. This body is further away from this price, so we call this the distal body because it's the furthest distance away. So when you start hearing these words that people think are big, they have very basic definitions. Do not get caught up in using all these big words. They're very simple. So this is called a proximal body. This price here on this candle is the proximal body. This is the distal body. We teach all of this stuff in our mentorship programs, but I just wanted to show you. Notice how when I marked it, how these two green candles engulf these two red ones. Engulfing means it exceeds it or it's bigger than it. It's covering it up. That's what it means. So there's more green between these two candles than there is red between these two candles. So that means that these two candles right here are in charge. They defeated these sellers, these buyers here, and they're going long. So whenever price action decides to come back down and it gets into this area, they got to deal with these buyers again. So I do not anticipate price going lower than basically this candle. So your lowest stop loss should be right around, if that says 26,541, you should not be lower than 26, let's say 500 or 540. Don't go any lower than that because that's, at that point, you should be shorting. Because if the sellers come back in here and beat these two candles, these buyers, and they go below this and close below this price right here, you would be silly to hold that trade. It's letting us know that the sellers have come back into this price range between 27 and 28, and they've taken over again, and they want to bring the market back down. You got to be aware of that. Not saying it's going to happen, but you need to be aware of it. So your stop loss shouldn't be lower than this. I wouldn't do a stop loss way down here at 900. 927. Oh, that's how big the stop loss is. Okay. That would be your loss. Okay. The price is 28,718. Just wanted to know the price of the stop loss. Okay, thank you. That made sense. Whew, you was making me nervous. All right, 28,718 is your stop loss. 28,718. That's good because you're getting out before it gets into here. But I don't like that you're giving up your money. You're at 29,700. You're down here with me. You're already positive. Just put a positive stop loss. I don't know what you're afraid of. This is the second chart you're showing me, and your stop losses are still negative when you're positive. Don't ever give away money. Don't give them $5. The institutions do not need $5 of your dollars at all. Don't give them nothing. If it hits, let me give you a little secret. I know you may not want to put one here because you know it bounces back and forth and they hit, but they can only come back a certain number of times because the institutions can't make money sitting still either. They got to break out. They have to. So put your positive stop loss the moment you're positive. Make your stop loss positive. Do a manual trailing stop and put it above this. It could be really small, really tight. So if you're at 29,700, do 29,800. Make it tight. Put a trade in for 29,800. That'll be your stop loss. If it hits it, so what? It just means you get to jump back in again on a long. And even if you put your, let's say it hits your stop loss, you make that money and it continues shorting, you literally can just put this same entry back here and just wait for price to come back up. And you're back in the game to go long again. But guess what? You made money here, not lost money here, because it closed positively for you before it went down. Not only can you do that, put that here as it's going down, but let's say now that you have this information that it's your turn here, you get confirmation, whatever you use for confirmations of turns. Once you see it turning and it breaks out from this, you can do a market order long here, and then you can delete this. And now you're going long from a lower price than you originally got in. You got to manage your positions and manage your trades, not just put them in and then win or lose. Always win. Always go for a win. Don't win or lose. You should be managing your risk. And right now, I wouldn't consider that risk management by still having a negative stop loss when you are this much positive. I know it's not a lot, but you shouldn't give money away at all. That's my opinion. So just keep that in mind going forward so that you don't lose anything. That's the way I kind of look at trading. But we have these two opportunities here. Yeah, so if I were you, I'd put 29,800 as my positive stop loss. And then I would just have an entry to go long somewhere. Probably these two prices, 28, let's say 500, and then maybe this one, 27,200, something like that, I guess. Or the one we already have here. What is this? Buy limit order, 27,000. So I guess we found something already. So, because this is probably an immediate retest pointing to some level. But all in all, we are on our way up. 37,400. Good stuff. Casey, doing a great job. So far, you're 2 for 2. I agree with the two trades you've already presented to me. Good stuff. All right, let's go to euro dollar. I could be losing money. I'm all sitting over here, not even paying attention. But that's because I'm feeling confident. I could be confidently wrong, but feeling confident about this uptrend. Haha, see? Look at that. That thing broke out. So this was the breakout point. So it's up to you guys. You can do a market. It already broke out. This is where we should have gotten in, 109.11. We should have caught the breakout. It's at 109.13. So now is a good time for a market order long right now because it already did the breakout. If you don't get it while it's early and it gets way up here, it's too late. All right, so let's figure out where we're going to take this thing. I don't like. If we're just going to scalp it real quick, then this right here, this is drop, base, drop. Right here. Looks like it might turn out to be something. Let's see how there's resistance here. It's a minor resistance level, but there's some resistance. See how it pivoted here, got a zone here, pivoted here. It looks like there's a zone in here. But that's 18. It's minor. I'm gonna leave it alone. We're just gonna hold it. We'll see what happens when we get here. I'm not about to get out for no 3 pips. Now that I'm looking at the price of that. We'll just say keep an eye on price action when it gets here. Matter of fact, let me see if the lower time frame says something. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I mean, it's not perfect, but uh, oh, that thing is already there though. Because look how long this thing is. That's how big that area is. This candle right here. Even though the indicator didn't, the reason why the indicator didn't highlight it is because these two is what we call a kiss. It already kissed this zone here into it. So yeah, this should just keep going. This doesn't look like it's gonna hold. Uh, it already got eaten up, and then all of this in front of it just kind of ate it up. Let's go to the 1 minute. Nothing on there. 411, 739. For the 30 seconds. I just want to make sure it's not going to turn on us as soon as we jump in. Yeah, there's nothing in here. This is all garbage. I'm already on a 30-second chart, so I'm not going to trust anything lower than that. All right, so let's see if we can get another breakout to the up. Looks like it's getting ready for a breakout to the upside. Let's see. Any other questions about anything, you guys, or any other pairs or charts? What else do I have here? I'm in a swishy in pair. Oh, it went back up again. Yeah, see, I was shorting this. You guys see I have a short position here. Look how I'm all the way at the top to go down, but you see how they be pulling back on you? This is a good example, Casey. I didn't do what I told you to do earlier. So let me delete a lot of this stuff here. So as you can see, I put that this is a major resistance level on the 4 hour. Let me see what that looks like. So they went higher. So I'm negative on this trade right now. It went way against me. Woo. So it completely disrespected this whole area. I was expecting a downtrend here because of all these this selling pressure. As you can see, I was wrong. So I'll be trying to tell you. But because my position size is not greater than 2% of my account, I can ride this out. I'm not going to close it because if I look at the big picture, look at where I'm at. I'm at the top. I'm not getting out of this trade. Look where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to get down here to this hammer here. I'm not letting this thing go at all. I'm just going to hold it and wait for it to turn around. I can also measure it to see if I'm correct on the fibs, if it's ready to drop. This and they're playing games. So what I'd like to see is when price action gets below 75. If it does that, I'm kind of confident. But look, let me go to the daily, see what the daily says. And I want some closed orders below the daily. Okay, it did. So as long as the daily shows that we have a closed order. Oh, no, we don't. Where's it at? Where's 75? No, we do not. Sorry. We almost did, but we don't. So the daily on the big picture, see this red candle? I would have loved to have seen that red candle under this red horizontal line, like completely covered or engulfed, if you want to call it that. But I want it to be below that. Like how this green candle is completely under that red horizontal line. I would have loved to have seen that. That would have made me feel a little better. So right now, I'm not convinced that they're shorting yet, but I better hurry up and get convinced because I don't see any supply up here. And if they keep going, yes, I'll be screwed. What do we got in here? Swiss yen. Here's an immediate retest. Might be something in here. Please let there be something in there. I like this candle here. This is nice. Very nice. So I'm looking at this and this as a possible area. This could be an immediate retest. They're testing the selling pressure here, and this was nice selling pressure. They got rid of a lot of it. So they're going back for a second one. This time it should work. They sold a lot here, went back into that same area, sold a lot again. Notice it's less. You guys want to be mindful of that kind of stuff too. Watch this. When they sold here, they sold and went down about 1,100 pips. The next time price action went up there and they sold again, let's do this. All those buy orders that's in this resistance area. That's why I put resistance here. Okay, center. There we go. So that's why I put resistance here, because there's a lot of it in here. There's a lot of sellers in here. So there's, especially here, there's a lot of selling pressure. So they sold a lot here, but when the buyers got back in to try to take it long, they ran into all these sell orders that are sitting on the order books. They're just pending. And so it kicked in all another group of sell orders, but look, it got light. So look how strong it was, 1,100 pips. It ain't that strong. It's 700 pips. So it's going to be weaker the next time it goes here. So this, we call this gentleman's rule. Once it gets into an area of supply or demand 3 or more times, it's pretty much trash after that. They've eaten up all the orders in here. So I can tell you here, the orders are getting less. And so it is possible that we can get our downtrend from this move here. But that's only if there's a zone up here. Do I have Swiss yen mapped out somewhere? What is this? Oh, I already had it. All right, so we got this here. Let me share something with you about this. I'm not sure what they're going to do here. All of this is uptrend. I'm hoping I get at least a pull back down here, but all of this is uptrend. This looks like it could create new highs. And there is no other information in history that I can go off of. I can only look at this here, and this is not telling me downtrend yet. This was the downtrend, and this test, this immediate retest right here, took that out. So there's nothing in here. So it would have to be in the actual candle itself, which we already found. If this doesn't work out, it's going to just keep going. So hopefully I get some relief, and at least they come down to here if they plan on going up. But I hope they don't just blow through and keep going up. But we'll see. But I do have another order I have pending up here at 149.22. That's pretty close. I can hold it. And then a sell order here. So if you guys are interested in shorting this, 144.62 would be a good entry for a sell stop order, or 149.22 for a sell limit order. Or you don't even have to go that low for this sell limit order, 144.62. You can get in where I got in, make more money. And you can get in on the order here. What price is that? Did it come up? 146.90 is where I'm at. All right. Do you at bank WFC long entry $39 with a stop loss $2.44. Price target 43 to 2 to 1 ratio. Okay. Casey. Hold on, let me check euro dollar again. Oh, getting green. It's out of drawdown. Come on now. Yes, baby. If you guys want to jump in now, it's a good time. I told y'all earlier when it was down here. It's already moving. It was at 109.11 when I told you. Now it's at 109.15. You would have been up 4 pips already. And remember I said keep an eye on this area? What is it doing? Starting to turn a little bit. But I don't think this is going to hold. I think they're going to keep going up. But they're going to trickle up probably. But we are good for an uptrend still. Give me 1 second, guys. I will be right back. Let's throw this on here real quick. All right, so the next breakout we're going to need is probably this one here. Let's see if this turns into a pivot. Or this one here. So this. Actually, this already broke. Okay, so then we need, this will probably be the next pivot up here then. The next uptrend. I like this area here. They could use this possibly for an uptrend. They just created this. If not, then it'll be this support level down here. Let's see what they do right here. Come on, baby. Show me some love. Break past all of this. Ooh, this is all uptrend. All right, so we're just going to hold this. Oh, this is an inverted hammer. Okay. We'll see. Oh, and there's some sellers here. So we still got to keep an eye on this thing. But they're definitely going up because look, this is a drop base drop right here. This is a great selling formation. But see how they violated it? The top of it? They pierced past it. That lets me know they're going to keep going long. And that's what I need them to do here. Let's break past this too. Let me see here. $15-minute. So I see something here. Oh, this candle here. This look like this might be demand on the 15-minute. So you guys see how I don't use any one any one time frame. It's kind of wherever I see the information. That's the time frame I use. I just look at multiple time frames. So this looks like a nice demand level they could use to turn and go up. And if that's the case, we'll use this as the anchor break. The bottom of that candle there, to determine if they're going to keep shorting or not. I'm going to see if it pulls up anything for me on that 15-minute. Trying to see if it highlights this candle. Did it? I can't see it. Hold on. I did. Yes. Come through for your boy. Bring that down. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. There we go. Yes, sir. So see how the indicator highlighted that? So this would be another good area to possibly jump in for a long, which would be 109.08. If it pulls back down to there, that would be another possibility. 109.08. Notice I said keep an eye out on this for price action. Look at what it's doing. It's reacting to it. So don't never let nobody tell you you can't predict the market. That's all I sit here and do every time I get on here is predict where it's going and what it's doing. It is absolutely possible to predict the market. It ain't possible to predict what it's going to do like right here at the very moment. Like I can't tell you if it's going to shoot up or shoot down, but I can look back at history and tell you where it's going to have some struggles and where I should get out or stay in. I can do that and then just hold on to my trade, be patient, and manage it and watch it until it does what I believe it's going to do. But I'm hoping this thing just keeps going up. I don't want it to come down here and stuff. All right, so I'm going to erase this. Put this back on the 15-minute chart. And hide. All right, perfect. So I'm just gonna stick with these two here because I believe it's in an uptrend. I don't think it's gonna come down here, but it could. But I think they're ready to keep going up. What time frame was that? The 5-day and the 1 month. Okay. Five-day. Sorry, you guys, my thing is timing out. There. Oh, there it is. It moved. Here's the big picture why I'm holding on to my long. Let's hide this stuff. All right. I trade anything, Casey. I don't care what you throw at me. Every time you ask me that question, I'm gonna say yes. Other than as long as it's not options, I'm gonna say yes. Options is too slow. It's not enough money. I'm not waiting 3 months to make 10%. I can make 10% in a week. So yeah, I could trade anything. If you can trade it and make money off of it, I can too. Let's make it easy. Am I in any of the banks? No, I'm not in any of those. But yeah, I could if I wanted to. So this is what I have here, guys. I have a buy stop order here. Let me. Where is it at? All right. What is that? 107. Oh, here it is. This looks way better. The 5-day looks way better than the 1 month. All right. Perfection. All right, so then we're gonna go with $109.08. I'm trying to find a good place for the stop loss. So far we can move it up to that. Wait. What was that? This looks like it's green. I'm colorblind, guys, so if you hear me tell the wrong color, that's why. That's why my stuff is so bright, so I can tell the difference between the shades. This appears to be green lines here. I don't think they're red. If they're green, then that's a sign that this is turning into demand. And if it is, they're going to keep going long. And that's a huge demand level on a 1-day chart. That's massive. So if that's green, anticipate a breakout to the upside. And I mean a breakout to the upside, because that's why I have all these TPs going up. I'm anticipating it continuing along. All right, so we're good there. Save that. This chart, I'm going to publish it privately. Okay, unless you have this link, you won't see it. It will not be posted publicly on my account. This will be a private trade just for those who are on this call. And that's it. Or if you're a part of our signal service with our our company, Toshi Markets. So if you go find us, toshimarkets.com, or you can go to our Telegram chat group. I already posted it in the chat group. I can. Casey asked me that same question. I can trade pretty much anything. So if you can trade it, I can trade it. The answer is, am I in a trade? No, I'm not in a trade with a bank, but can I look at the chart for you and navigate, figure out where? Absolutely. So let me finish this here. 5-day 109.08 and 109.15. 109.08. 109.15. First TP is at 112.66. Oh, let me put some lowercase letters in here for the AI, so they don't think I'm screaming again. We'll just put that. I'll be on here. I'm not gonna belabor this whole thing. I'll just post this here. You guys will have the whole thing in the chart. I'll just highlight trend analysis because I do pretty much all of those things here. So we'll just highlight trend analysis. Again, if you guys weren't on the call earlier, you can forget about all this other stuff here. If you don't know how to master these things under trend analysis, you'll never win consistently, because these are the most important things that let us know which direction trend is going. So if you know the direction of the trend, that's how you know which way to trade. Until you know which way trend is, it doesn't matter all these patterns and technical indicators and wave analysis. None of that stuff matters if you don't know what the trend is, because that stuff is only going to tell you temporarily what something is, but not what it is like as far as the big picture. It'll just tell you kind of a small picture of what's happening. So make sure you guys master those things in that category. This is the euro. It's also the dollar. Put them together. All right. We're going to go long, and we will go ahead and publish this. I did not want that bottom thing there. Let me delete this. I should have did that first. Hold on. Sorry, you guys. I gotta take this off, or else I hate that it does that. They should have an option to say include oscillators or not include them, without having to remove them off of your chart. All right, euro dollar uptrend based on the 5-day chart. We have a buy limit order at 109.08. We have a buy stop order at 109.15. And we have a TP1 at 112.66 in case it breaks out. We can get all the money. If it turns before that, you guys can manage your own trade and exit it. But the next big giant resistance level is going to be around 112.66. Everything else in between will be small in comparison. All right, so let's publish this again. Awesome. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and share this. All right, so I just posted the euro dollar uptrend on the 5-day that is in the chat group. You guys just got that for free. Oh, it won't let me post it. Let me do it. We can't post this message because you can't share private ideas in public chats. Okay, well, there you go. So if you're part of our, by being on this call, here you go. It won't let me share it in the chat, the live chat group. So you guys can take a picture of it or screenshot it on your side. That's it. But this is where I'm planning on going on euro dollar. All right. Let's get back to the lower time frame. See if it's responding to anything. It's turning. Okay, good. I see what it's turning off of. This. So that. And that. So these two green candles right here are in charge. This is an uptrend formation. That's why this is hitting and turning around. Come on, baby, break out. You know you want to. Let's see if some buyers have added some orders on the 2-minute. Oh, duh, I gotta add the oscillator back. Give me 1 second. There we go. Yeah, there are some buyers that got added, right? So look how the institutions came in right at the blue line I just mapped out. And you got institutions coming in. All right. Let's look at Alley Bank for Casey, if Casey's still on here. Screen keeps freezing. 1 second, y'all. Alley Financial. Here we go. Let's go. Okay, Casey's like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. Need my answer. Based on the 1 week, bank's on its way down. Alley Bank is in a downtrend. This was easy. It's only got 2 major pivots. This one up here and this one at the bottom. There's no other pivots that are major, so I don't have to go anywhere else. This is it. So let me map this out for you, and then I'll post it in the group. So I'll give you 2 places where you could sell and 2 places where you could buy. All right, so it's going to be that's the 2 week, 1 week. I don't really like that. Hold on, I need something smaller. Let's try 10 days. Day, 6 day. There we go. Is it 6 day? It's on the 5 day. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of this top one. SX05. Bam. There's your sell limit order. Anybody want to trade Ali Bank when it gets to 49.67? It's most likely gonna tank again. There's lots of resistance up here as well as supply. This is also the highest points it's ever been. So you don't want to be going long here. You want to consider the fact that it's going to tank. So you want to take profit before that. So let's put a take profit in. Actually, I'll let it do it itself. Hold on, we'll do that in a second. So let's so we have IST here on the 5 day. ISTs stands for institutional selling target, or I can do range, institutional selling range. Basically, this is the range of price from the bottom of this candle to the top of this candle. That's the range of price that the institutions are going to plan on selling. Or I shouldn't say, or investors, whoever is investing in this thing, they're going to be thinking about getting out right around that time. Get rid of this here. All right, so we know where it's going. Let's get some numbers in here for some TPs. Your first one after it hits your buy order, so I wouldn't get in to buy just yet. It's going to short some more. I would get in down here somewhere. Your first TP will be 25.53. You'll shave 50% here. You'll shave another 50% at TP2. And this will probably be your biggest drop because look at this gap. This is what's called a gap here, novice gap. And so that gap here, when it drops, they're going to have a lot of selling pressure here. So you want to get out before that selling pressure. Notice all I did was do this. And the indicator that we already programmed puts us at the right spot. I don't have to think. And then this is getting us out before it gets up here. There you go. For $100 a month, you guys get access to, if you guys want to do this, you get access to both of these indicators here. And you also get access to the team and myself. We'll be here with you. You can ask us any questions you want. You can ask us where we're getting in, getting out of the trade, and we'll be here with you. Otherwise, I'm only here once a week on Tuesdays, and you catch me if you can. But if you want me every single day for the rest of your life, $100 a month. If you got $100, I got your back. I'll be with you every step of the way. But right now, this is what I'm seeing. It's got to come down here to one of these. Let me see if I can figure out which one. Off of the same 5 day. It's probably going to be this first one, this gap. Because of this gap up here. And these buy orders are kicking in right here. Could come down here, but right now this is much more favorable. Let's see if we can mark that off. So somewhere around there. Ooh, I like this here. That little candle in the middle. This green one. I like that a lot. Let's go to 3 day. Aha, it's turning red. I really like it. You guys see? Look at that. Look what the indicator pulled up. Look what P2P pulled up. bam, it highlighted it for us. And it highlighted the lower one, but it was the upper one. And this is what I'm talking about. You guys got to learn how to read these charts well before the indicator tells you anything. You better know how to read these things yourself and let the indicator follow you. You don't follow the indicator. So for those of you who are interested in trading banks, you asked me if I trade banks. Bam, proof is in the pudding. Just charted it for you live. If you want to get in this trade, here's a buy position I would take. I would not do the lower one because it may not go down there. So I'm just going to get rid of that. Where's that at? BX05. Okay. 1746 should be your entry to buy. You're going to shave at TP1, which is 25.53. Then you're going to shave again at 38.89. Another 50%. Shave another 50% at TP3, and you're out of there. By the time you guys get up here, if you still know me, and I'm still doing this every Tuesday, we'll figure out a short position. Otherwise, if you're on the team, we'll definitely know what to do when we get here, if you're with us on that. So let me publish this real quick. I'll make this public. We got Ali, uptrend on the 5-day chart. We'll make it public. We're going to go long. Again, trend analysis is up. We're going to put Ali, put a bank tag in there too. And then we had a buy limit order. And then we had a TP1, TP2, TP3, and then we had a sell limit order. All right, let's see where they are. 1740. Let's make that even. Let's change that to 17. What's the top of that price? 1703. Oh, that's 1689. All right, so let's do 17 even. How about that? We're gonna make it lower. That demand level doesn't start until 1609. Ooh, but we got this little tail back here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll make sure to see where this is landing on the fib. Ooh, yes, we gonna be. Ooh, that's gonna be sniper. Yes, sir. We're gonna be good. So this is gonna go at 17. And then we'll get rid of this here. There we go. So we'll get in even lower. Nice and sniper, just tight. All right, so we'll get in at 17 there. Let's change this to 25.50. So that first TP will do a little lower, 25.50. TP2, we're going to do 38. We're going to do institutional numbers that institutions target. So we're going to do 38.85. And that last one is perfect. 33 is an institutional number, 47.33. Get rid of this and this. Bam. 49. Let's do 49.67. Oh, this ain't it. All right, so sell limit order 49.66 is what I want. There we go. We'll put this at 49.66. And then we'll take this off here, save that. There we go. Ooh, boom, 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 boom. And then this one is going to be on the 3-day. All right. And we're going to put that at 17 as well. All right, so and let me call that the same as the other one. So this will be institutional buying range, but this will be on the 3-day instead of the 5-day. There we go. All right. You guys saw it here. Right click, copy. Let me go ahead and share that with you guys. Alley based on the 5-day and 3-day. There you go. All right. Casey, what do you think? Any comments on the chart we just did? So we got 17. While I'm putting these numbers in, 25.50. Any questions or comments? 38.85, 47.33. And then the sell limit order is at 49.66. I'm going to shave 50% from here. I do the same here and the same here. We're going to go ahead and publish that. Awesome. Perfect. Ah, this stupid thing came up again. I hate when that happens. Copy. Let's delete this again. I hate when that oscillator pops up. Trading View, unless I'm doing something wrong, every time I do this, I just want my chart to pop up when I publish. But it wants to take the doggone oscillator that's not even showing. Let's do, where is that thing at? Oh, where is it at? Oh, it's right here. All right. So we're good here. save this. All right, let's try this again. Alley. Uptrend based on the 5-day and the 3-day. Paste all that in there. Long. All the trend analyses. And we'll do alley bank. Bam. All right, if you guys follow me, it'll be on my TradingView profile. Boom. That's proof that I trade banks. There you go. All right. Boom and boom. I'm going long, perfect, WFC, and then I'm going to call it a day. I got a meeting with my team here. So let's do this. Every time I publish, the chart freezes and I can't type anything. That's weird. All right, so let's look at Wells Fargo. And this will be the last one, and then I'll be out of here. Wow, been on here 2 hours already. Whew. Wells Fargo is on its way down as well. Looks like it's on its way down to this gap here. Ooh, that is ugly. This one is a little tough. Are they dealing with this? It's a matter of if are they dealing with this or this. That's the. Oh, they probably going here. I like this right there. That is nice. So this formation here, this is what we call a wick over wick to the upside. So this is an uptrend formation. It's below the 25% mark, so it makes me happy to see that there. I want to say this is going to be it. This is dirty that they did this. But what this tells me is if they're going up here and they knock this out early like this, when they should have came down here first before going up here, that tells me this is all going to be all-time highs when they get ready to go back up. So this new banking world we're going to see, by the time everything bottoms out and it crashes and you guys get in here and it's time to go up, it's going to be a whole new world by the time they blow this through. Our whole financial system will probably be different. Ain't no probably, it will be different by then, by the time it gets back up here. So this is already anticipating it going higher. And this might be an immediate retest to this. This formation up here at the top, this is a gap down formation because of how the body dropped here. And the open was much lower than the close. It opened lower than it closed last. So that's a gap down. That's a strong indication of a downtrend. So this could be an immediate retest pointing to something inside here. If I were to map it out like that, it could potentially go away up there. But let me go bigger here. it's dealing with that though. That's the wrong pivot to me. Oh, let me see. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure out what is best here. This is where I got to pick the right. If I don't pick the right pivots, I won't get the trend correct. So this is crucial here. So give me just a second. So we have a massive hammer here. This hammer is created because they were testing the low. So it looks like they're coming way down here, which is why I didn't like this pivot that it picked. Yeah, this thing is in a downtrend. Let me do this. Put this one up. Let's go 68 as the top. Well, 69 is fine. The bottom, let's do 4. All right, and since we're shorting, let's see what TP2 looks like. Okay, it already hit that, but we can do it again. Already passed that up. Okay. So let's do 28.85. Let's do 17. And then let's do 8. There we go. Let's go here. This is not going to happen for a long while, so let's delete that. Oh, here we go. Let's do this here. And let me put this on the fib and see what this looks like on the fib. Excellent. Ooh, they hit this one nice. They got that good. But see how they made an immediate retest? They're trying to test this area down here. That's what it is. All right, so let's see if either one of ours gets in there. Not that one. See, that one was perfect. See, look. Notice when I turn this on and off. See, it says buy. See how it's blinking? Notice it's blinking right in that area I had touched. This area here. They hit that and took off. They took it out early. On their way up, took it out, kept going because they plan on going here. All the banking systems are going to crash. They're changing. So you shouldn't be expecting to go long with banks. They're not going to hold during this switch over to the central banking digital currency, the CBDC. That's what they're moving towards. So I would advise you guys, if you know how to trade. You know, save up your money, and when everything bottoms out, you'll have money to get in stuff like this to go long, and you can hold that forever. That's what you can hold. And if you know how to short, I'll show you some short opportunities here. Let me see if I could find some. All right, so the 12-month has that. Both of these are downtrend though. That's downtrend still. 9-month. Let's get rid of this here. That's uptrend. There we go. So that's uptrend right there. So let's go off of this 8th month. Boom. All right, so institutional selling range is on the 8-month chart. We found it. All right, so we found it on the 8th month. That price is 68. Okay, we'll just do 8. That's fine. I like that. Why do I have all these orders in here? What is this? Oh, those are from the previous ones. All right, so TP 2 and 3. So 3 is 8. Get rid of this. 25.80. Sell order TP3, get rid of that. And that one. All right. So if you can short, that'll be good. Otherwise, this will be 685. That's what we're gonna do. Buy limit order at $6.85. Good place to get in. We'll get rid of that one. That's too low. Oh, I hate when I'm this low and it starts doing that. All right, so let me get rid of those. Let's do -10. That should work. right, there we go. Had to hide the rest of those so we could see it. All right, so you guys can see we have a TP2, a TP3. If we're going to buy this, we're going to buy it way down here, right around $6.85. But we need to get in. So we need to figure out where's a good place to get in on this trade. And I guess the TP1 can be 33.50. We can do that. Where mid pivot is? 33.50. Right there. And then we'll get rid of mid pivot. There we go. And now let's try to find a place to get in. Let me turn on some of these here. So it's going to be probably this level here. Possibly. We have something here that could push it back up. Oh, look at that. You guys see how it highlighted a demand level? Notice our first take profit is at 33.50 right before this happens. So before they think about turning around and going back up, you got to get out of there. So if you're currently in this trade, if you're going long, there's not much hope of it sustaining that much longer. So let's see. It's running into a gap right now. Just from this alone, the fact that the daily open was at 37.70, that's my first thought, is to do a buy stop order there. I mean, a sell stop order. That would make the most sense. 37.70 at the daily open. We'll do a sell stop order. So that's the one place where you can short. And then go long, I would say. I mean, not go long. For it to go short, it will go short here. So if you're in a long, this is about the furthest I think it will go. It's not highlighting it though. It's highlighting that one that was way up. You saw that? It highlighted this one way up here, but I'm trying to see if it'll get this one. It looks clean to me. I don't know why I wouldn't pick it. Oh, if this is green, this is a clue that it could be, you can get your uptrend here. And when it comes back down, this is where we'll get the sell stop order. All right. So if you want to go long, as of right now, based on this 4-day chart, the 5-day chart, it is a long. But I'm trying to see for how long. You don't like my level? Oop, got a gap down. That's selling pressure. Haha. Nope, 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 nope. What about that one? Come on. Ah, you're not going to give me that either. All right. Oh, we're less than the daily, so let's go 6 hour, 4 hour. I like this one, this red one. That green one. right here. Still nothing. Well, maybe it's nothing. It must be nothing because it's not picking it up. I like this area though. Oh, it's probably not picking it up because of the gap down. That's what it is. Okay. Gotcha. You can't measure it because there's no candle there. All right, y'all. So we're going to just go for it anyway. Man, I really like this right here. All right, so we're just going to go with that anyway. What was the other time frame we were on? Was that the 5-day? Oh, the 8-month. That's what it was. Whew. Glad I'll be typing this stuff in because I'll be forgetting. So if that's the 8-month, let's go to the 80-minute and see if there's anything on there. Nope. 160-minute. It's that gap down. That's what's getting it. It's causing it a problem. Yeah, that's what it is. All right, so I'm going to go with the 4-day. And it has a gap down right there, so we're going to stick with that. Almost there. There we go. We're going to go with this one here, the 10-day. All right. I mean, the 10-hour, sorry. So the 10-hour has a major resistance level here. Is that resistance? Yeah, that's resistance. All right. So making sure it wasn't supply. So we got a major resistance level at 10-hour. So if you guys have access to leverage and you can short, then I would do a sell limit order under that. Let's say 46.50. So you can either do 46.50 or you can get like right here at 46.27, which is just before the gap down. That's probably a safer bet. 46.27. Let's make it 25. Nice institutional number. There we go. Scoot this over. It's probably the best I'm gonna get because the indicator can't calculate if there's no candle there. It's a gap right where the zone was created. So unless it has the candle right next to it, it can't measure to verify if that's correct. So I got to do it. This is I'm glad it happened because this is proof again. When I was telling you guys, you got to learn how to trade on your own. Indicators are limited to, all they can do is measure. They can't do nothing else. They don't even think. They just measure. So what if you have a situation like this where the candle's gapped? There's nothing to measure. Now you're screwed because you don't know how to read the chart because your indicator ain't got nothing to read. This is why you got to go beyond that. Indicators are good, but what I'm saying is you shouldn't depend on them. And if you are, you need to learn how to trade. And if you want to learn how to do that, we can help you whenever you're ready. You're the only one that should be in a rush to take care of yourself. I'm not in a rush to teach you how to take care of yourself. I got other stuff to do. But if that's what you want, and you're diligent, and you understand the process, and you're willing to put in, 2-3 months of training and learning and charting, then after a couple of months hanging out with me and the team, you'll be proficient in no time. And you'll know what you're reading and what you're doing. So this is what I got thus far on this. Let's go back to the 8th month, I think it said. Put that off the 10-hour. All right, 8th month. Here we go. So we found something inside of this candle here. So if you're going long already, if you're not in a long, don't get in one. I'm not saying go long because the big picture trend is a short. So it's dangerous for you to go counter trend against this. If you're already in a trend going long, protect your position with a positive stop loss if you're already green. If you're not green, find a nice, safe risk level that you feel is good for your account and protect that account, because if you're going long, you are counter trend trading. You're going against what the big picture is saying, and it could turn at any moment against you. That's why I'm saying don't go long. However, if the long continues to work out, this is the furthest I see it going, is 46.25. So for those of you who have access to leverage, like I said earlier, and you can short from either 46.25. There's another opportunity for a sell stop order, at 37.70. In between here is just noise. There's no legitimate area that I could find to get you in earlier. The range is just too wide. It's unfortunate, but that's what it is. So it's either here or here. Anything in the middle, you're taking a huge risk and a chance. So it's on you if you do that. But if you capture this or this sell position and you write this thing down, you have a nice long move to the downside, down to 8. That'll position you to roughly, that's 83%. So if you don't got access to leverage, you might want to get in contact with your broker and ask if you can get access to leverage, because you got an 83% opportunity on the horizon. And if they give you 3 times the leverage, you're going to make 240% on your money, because it'll be 3 times that. So if that's what you want to experience, then get to access to some leverage, or your broker may have access to Wells Fargo is a pretty big company. They may have access to a inverse of Wells Fargo, where you can trade the inverse. So you can still buy, but what you're buying is the inverse. So as it's going down, even though you're buying, you're making money because you're trading the reverse of this. It's like if I turned this chart upside down and you went long, like this is short, but if I turn this trade upside down and you put a buy position, you'd be going long. So some brokers offer what's called inverse instruments, but that instrument got to be like super popular for that to happen. So Wells Fargo's been around since the 1800s, but I don't know if they're popular enough to have an inverse. So you'd have to check that out. Also, we have a whipsaw here. This right here is called a whipsaw. What this means is when price action got here, it whipsawed up, then it whipsawed down. That's letting me know that they planned on going up first, which is what they did. But then they plan on coming back down. And if they do, they got to go lower than this immediate retest. And here's a zone, just so happened to be right below that. So it's not a coincidence that there's a zone right below this test. And together, these two make up what's called a whipsaw. WHIPSAW, whipsaw. It just goes back and forth real quick. It just whipsaws like one of those whips that you whip a horse with. It just goes back and forth real quick. So that's what that is. Any questions? This is the short. If you can't get in on a short, unfortunately, you got to wait a few years for it to get down here because it's going to take a minute to get down here. But once it does, as long as you got your money built up and stacked up, you can buy some shares at $6.85 from Wells Fargo. The day is coming. You're going to be able to buy Wells Fargo stock, $6.85. It'll be a few years from now, probably 3, 4, if I had to guess. I don't know. Don't ever let nobody tell you when something's going to happen. All I can tell you is it'll take time because look how long it took to get from down here. This is 2018, and now we're at 2023. This is 5 years right here. For it to, even for it to go from here to here, was 2 years to short here. So if I were to measure this, it took 2 years to drop 68%. So if we're talking about 80%, then just at least add the same 2 years. Probably going to be another 2 years before it gets down here. That gives you plenty of time to trade something else until you can get some money to buy. But I would not buy Wells Fargo or Ally Bank today. Those are not great trades to buy. They are great for shorting, but they are not great for buying until they hit that bottom. You're welcome, Casey. I am out, getting tired and hungry. I've been on here for 2 hours and 46 minutes, and I will see you all next week on Tuesday. I'll be on every Tuesday, 5 a.m. Pacific and 8 a.m. Eastern time, and I'll be going from there. Mubarak says, how do I know it's time to buy or sell? I think I answered that question already. I'm looking at something old. Okay, sorry. All right. That's how you know I'm tired. All right. Love you guys. May God bless you and keep you. May he smile on you and gift you. And may God look you full in your face and make you prosper. That's what I hope happens to you. Love you guys. Can't wait to be back on here next week, Tuesday. See if we can find some more money opportunities. Take care. God bless.